everything's gonna be alright. And when we get there, I'ma see a pretty, pretty, pretty young thing. I'ma ask her to take my hand, head to the floor, and we gon' dance. And when we get there, best believe we're gonna do a two-step. Ain't no drama in here, so don't stress. Step to the right, then turn to the left.
Show. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday and hope you'll get a little bit better for you right now. We're back with the latest in sports, fashion, movie reviews, and of course hot topics and the best indie music out there. Now later in the show we welcome a very hilarious comedian and actor named Melvin Jackson Jr. You may have seen him in the New Edition story on BET, Everybody Hates Chris, and The Wire, just to name a few. And then Scarlett Nuvvo joins us. She has a new album out called Wish You Was Here. It's out now, so Joe, check that out. Then later in the show, find out who won the tickets to see Boyz II Men live in Vegas. They'll be seeing them on Christmas Eve. And then also you can find out how you can help us with our annual Christmas Kindness Surprise Giveaway. We're going to be donating our efforts and our money resources to students, local students. So find out about that later on in the show. Listen, we'll let you know we're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and, of course, our official website, thestephenknightshow.com. When we come back, Hot Topics right back after this.
Feels so good. Feels so good.
It's KJ on the beat.
We're all alone. Nobody knows. It's a little secret. That's how we should keep it. Maybe we've been creeping on the low. No time to waste. It's getting late. Can't jump off the deep end. Not supposed to be here, but it feels so good. Feels so right. When you love me like that, touch you right there. Kiss me on my neck. The love we make is real, and it feels so good. Feels so good. Let me put my love on top. Give you what you need. When we make love, we get inside the deep, 'cause it feels so good. Feels so good. Oh, so raw. But the feeling strong. Every time I see you, I think about what we do. I can't help but think about it all the time. Close the door. Give me some more. You have my mind going every time you're doing your thing. And it feels so. When you love me like that, touch you right there. Kiss me on my neck. The love we make is real, and it feels so. No, it feels good. Feels so good. Feels so good to me. Put my love on top. Give you what you need. When we make love, we get inside the deep, 'cause it feels so good. Feels so good. I would have you on top of me. I would have you on top of me. On top of me. I would have you on top of me. On top of me. Feels so good. Touch you right there. Kiss me on my neck. The love we make is real, and it feels so good. Feels so good. Feels so good. So good. So good. Put my love on top. Give you what you need. When we make love, get inside with me. Feels so good.
You are now listening to Eldar Q. More than sound. Only on EldarQ.
I met this pretty mama there at the bar. She had a luminous smile like a million stars. She grabbed a margarita at first sight when I seen her. I'm thinking, damn, I need her. Feel like I need a breather. She take my breath away every step I take. Can't find the words to say, but soon that'll change. I grab her waistband, this feels amazing. She sure know how to dance while she got my hand. She got me feeling like the man. I love her body party. I usually don't dance, but this girl is naughty. As she drop it low, bring it up slow. Turn me around, hold me close, don't let go. The way she dance on me, like she's from my dream. The way our bodies move, perfect harmony. The way she dance on me, like she's from my dream. The way our bodies move, perfect harmony. I love fiesta, fiesta, fiesta. I love fiesta, fiesta. Te amo, fiesta. Te amo, fiesta. That winding and grinding got us soaking wet. She said, take me home. We hop in my car. I drop the top, then she hop on top. Good thing I don't live far, cause it's getting hot. We start making out. She showed me what she bout. She opened up to me. Our bodies figured out. She ripping off my clothes. I unstrap her bra. I bite her panty line. She slide them panties on. As our skins collide, your eyes roll back. I've never been inside, but I must come back. We make love through the night beneath the candlelight. This can't be wrong, cause it feels so right. Hours go by, this gaze in your eyes is something beautiful I thought I'd never find. Now you're in my arms, I won't waste your time. You're my shooting star on this never-ending night. The way she dance on me, like she's from my dream. The way our bodies move, perfect harmony. The way she dance on me, like she's from my dream. The way our bodies move, perfect harmony. I love fiestas, fiesta, fiesta. I love fiesta, fiesta. Te amo, fiesta. Te amo, fiesta.
Only on EldarQ.com.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Chica Evans, what's going on?
Yo, bro. How are you?
I'm good. How was the weekend?
My weekend was good, but I haven't talked to you since before Thanksgiving, right?
I know, right? Wow.
How was your holiday?
It was good. It was good. We had Friendsgiving at Michelle's house. So she hosted, and we all kind of brought our own food, but she cooked, like, the turkey and the dressing. And Michelle's an awesome cook anyway. So, Miss Parker, excuse me, she's an awesome cook. So, I mean, we threw down. We ate good. They ate before I got there. Told us they couldn't wait anymore. But it was good. But they ate more later on, you know, as the night went on. But we had a great time. How was
awesome.
yours?
It was good. I ate with the family, and, of course, I stuffed myself, and then I pried myself up to get on the road to hit D.C. the next day. And I had the rest of that weekend in D.C., and I finally met my co-host, Adam. So, yeah, we hung out, and I finally got to meet Abby. It was a great time, great time.
That's awesome.
And I want to shout out to my fellow faithful, She's actually the president of Faith Evans Fan Club, Lark Renee.
Okay.
Lark Renee, shout out. I went out and had dinner with her, dinner and laughs and drinks. It was really a great time. So DC always shows me love.
Yeah,
I made it official that I cannot be in the city while that president is in the city. He has to leave, and then I'll come in. And then when I leave, he can come back.
Right. Pretty much. I don't blame you there. Well, before we get into the questions today, I know you have an announcement for everyone who's been listening in and trying to figure out if they want these tickets.
Well, I did my tallying, and I looked at the tweets, retweets, and likes and the reposts on Instagram and the shares on Facebook, and we do have a winner. It was kind of close between two people. However, the second person still has an opportunity to win if Mr. Keith Stark does not call in to the Stephen Knight Show during the movie review segment. You need to call in during the movie review segment to claim your VIP Experience Boys to Men tickets in Las Vegas.
All right, and what's the winner's name again? Keith who?
I'm sorry?
Who's the winner again? Keith who?
His name is Keith Stark.
Keith Stark.
And just so you have the number, Keith, call in 605-472-5814. And what I will do is I will give you I'm going to post the code number. While we're on air, I'm going to post the code number, and you'll have the access number to get in to the Stephen Knight Show.
All right, Keith, congratulations. And call in. Get these tickets.
It's close. You don't have them yet. You got to call in, bro. Call in.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm excited. I recorded my Christmas song, most of it yesterday.
Okay.
Which
I saw your post that you were in the studio.
Yeah, I was in the studio. On Saturday, And so tomorrow, I have to finish up tomorrow, but Christmas is around the corner. And I'm going to play it on our Christmas show next week. Speaking of which, I want to let everyone know that they can, we're doing our Christmas Kindness Surprise giveaway. And this year we're doing it for students. So apparently, I didn't know this. Ms. Parker found this out. There was a writer in New York who tweeted encouraging her followers to pay off the lunch debt, because apparently kids can, for underprivileged kids, they can, I guess, accrue debt, getting lunch, and then but what they have to pay off that debt, and once it's not paid off, they don't get lunch. So she tweeted her followers to, pay off some lunch debt, and thousands of lunches have been paid off. So the Stephen Knight Show wants to contribute. Nice. So that's what we're doing. So if you want to help out at home, you can send money to our PayPal, whatever you can afford. It's the Stephen Knight Show at gmail.com. That's our PayPal email address. And donate your money. We already have money to come, and 100% of the proceeds will go to these kids. So we say PayPal because that way you can get your receipt. So when you do your taxes, you can show that you, did some kind of charity or a contribution. So definitely, again, the Stephen Knight Show at gmail.com. That's our PayPal account. Again, people that have already started donating money, we announced it last week. Thank you so much for what you contributed so far. And let's pay off some lunches for some students so they can have a even more enjoyable Christmas and holiday season.
Yeah, we can't have any hungry kids out here.
No, not at all. No kids should go hungry, especially not in school. All right, so the question today is, how do you prepare for a difficult conversation? What do you do, Shige?
Pray. No, true, I do pray, but one of the things I do is I envision the worst case scenario, and I own it. And 9 times out of 10, the situation never is really as bad as I could possibly imagine. And it helps.
It does, yeah. Yeah, I typically pray over it, and then what I do is I rehearse it, because depending on the person, you kind of know their personality. You can't predict exactly what they'll do, but you know their personality. So I try to rehearse it so I make sure they'll come off rude or nasty, but my intention is good in the conversation.
True.
So that's what
another thing, I'm sorry. And another thing is to run it by an impartial person, just to order the words to make sure that you're interpreting what I'm saying, how I mean it. Because sometimes, especially when it's a difficult conversation, you can run into a little emotion in it. And if you do, it can be taken the wrong way, and you don't necessarily mean it that way.
Absolutely. Well, tweet us at our Twitter, Stephen Knight Show, SHO. It's Stephen Knight, SHO. That's our Twitter handle. And let us know, how do you prepare for a different conversation. All right, well, hot topic. So, we're having all these accusations about sexual assault and sexual harassment. Well, last week, Russell Simmons, he had some accusers come out against him. Over the weekend, another woman spoke out against him, in light of his brand of positivity, spiritual enlightenment, and accused him of sexual misconduct. Now, the actress, comedian, and musician Amanda Seales took to Instagram to kick the real, as they say. PSA, she said, for anyone who says why they wait so long, you wait because as a woman raised in a patriarch, bros before hoes, sexist, what were they wearing society, you understand the power of dynamics that even when there are no witnesses to any level of sexual harassment and assault, it'll always be with you, and they'll question on how it happened. You wait because you know your vision is bigger than the indiscretion and refuse to let it derail you from your goals. You wait because you don't even want to acknowledge the efforting for longer than you have to, when you know the odds that there will be no consequences. She went on and on and on. You go to her Instagram page. But what are your thoughts on, for one, all these powerful men coming under fire? I mean, we had Matt Lauer, we had Charlie Rose recently, now Russell Simmons, which kind of, I couldn't believe it. What are your thoughts on what we're seeing, and also, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so I'm saying this with our feminine co-host, Michelle, Miss Parker. She's not here. No. So she normally balances me. She'll come back and she'll check me and get me in line. However, I had this conversation with my 76-year-old aunt over the Thanksgiving. We're in a position that they used that particular situation to get by a moment. There was something on the line that they wanted out of the situation, and they let that happen to get by or to get some kind of gain out of that particular situation. Because and these are her words, in her day, no woman tolerated that. She would have gone upside the man's head, and the women in her generation would have gone upside the man's head, because they don't play that. That's not how they do things. If someone assaults you, which that is, you have the right to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And her disposition is a lot of those women were probably in positions to get something out of that particular situation, and they're speaking about it now because it's trendy.
Wow. Yeah.
My Gloria's words, not mine.
Right. Well, I will say the first woman who accused Russell Simmons, she gave an account of pretty much he was giving her a ride, they were friends, offered to give her a ride to her place. He was going to take his driver to give her a ride to drop her off. And I guess he got touchy-feely for her in the car, and when she was yelling to the driver to stop the car, he kept driving. And so then somehow they end up at his place, and because she was scared, she went upstairs. And that's when he, sexually assaulted her. Now, Ms. Parker's thing.
Oh, wow. Well, how did it go? How did it continue? Like, why did she go upstairs if that was happening in the car?
Ms. Parker said, if I'm a scared woman, and once we get out that car, I'm gone. I'm not going upstairs because I'm scared. So she didn't believe that. She said that story was sketchy. I won't put words in her mouth. That story was sketchy because she said, as a woman, if she felt uncomfortable, she's definitely not going upstairs inside your house. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you this. I guess I'm speaking from a man because I am a man, but you're messing with me in a car, and we get to a red light. Anytime this car is stopping, I'm out.
Yeah.
As soon as the car stops, at any point, you turn the corner slow, I'm out.
Exactly. And but she did say the fact that it was multiple accusers, there must be something going on. So I don't know, but I just hope that all these men being accused. You did have Matt Lauer, who was NBC's Today Show. Matt Lauer, he was accused and fired from Today Show. He was making the most money of any morning host or anchor person.
Wow.
But he did apologize. He said that some of the cases are accusations. He doesn't believe them, but he said that his behavior has been some of these things that they're saying. And there was a video TMZ released. Did you see when Meredith Vieira was or what's her name? Meredith
Vieira.
Meredith Vieira was bending over in front of him when they were in commercial. He told her to keep that pose because he liked it or something like that. So
wow.
And the way he said it, his face, he kept a straight face. Like he wasn't like laughing about it. You know what I mean? So
it's stuff just like that, and that kind of stuff happens in the regular workplace. And because I'm going to say it happens at my job, as the president calls it, locker room talk.
Right.
Where there's really no harm behind it. It's joking around. But say you do have that type of relationship with a female coworker, and y'all can joke around like that.
Mm-hmm.
And another coworker hears it, it now becomes offensive to that person. That is harassment.
That's true. Very true.
They can take you to the corporate room at the table, and you're going to hash it out because they felt offended by what they heard. That's how it goes. So people, be careful about what you say and what you do and what other people witness.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree. All right. Well, there's a high school in Tennessee, a small high school. It's called Haywood High School, and it's a rural area of Haywood County. Now, apparently, the administration at the school is being criticized because there's a group chat message that I guess a lot of students are on, and in the message, some of the white athletes were threatening to lynch some of the black athletes. And so once it was reported, this artist, a recording artist who's in high school, his name's Little Will, he had the phone. He showed the message to the school. He showed it to Bossip.com, which reported this, and it has the message where they're talking about Jews and talking about hanging N-words and all that kind of stuff. And so they reported to the school. The school did not suspend the athletes. They made them write a 10-page paper saying that they did an investigation and it wasn't a hate crime, and they didn't think that it was a reason to be suspended. So the principal took to Facebook, saying that. Well, of course, the students really went up in arms today, and they walked out of school. And so the principal went back on Facebook and apologized again and said they're going to further the investigation, but that they were in constant talk with the chief of police in that area on the investigation. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd have walked out of school, all right to my lawyer's office.
Mm-hmm.
Help us get this county money. They need to be taught. Yeah. That's insane. It's insane. Now let that have been the other way around.
Right. And how you gonna say it's not hate speech? Lynching?
That is crazy.
It was crazy. But kudos to Little Will and those kids. And Little Will was white, by the way. And those kids for showing the school that we're not going to tolerate this.
And just to say, just like with the sexual harassment stuff, even if, like Little Will, you said, is not African American, he's Caucasian.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Even him witnessing that and feeling some type of way about that is an infraction upon him because he felt some type of emotional reaction from it. It hurt him.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, well, congratulations to LL Cool J. The pioneer rapper was honored at the Kennedy Center Honors yesterday alongside with Gloria Estefan, Norma Lear, Lionel Richie, and a few. And LL's award marks the first time a rapper has received the honor. Now, the interesting thing about it is in 4 decades, only 4 times has a sitting president not attended. 45 announced in August that he wouldn't be available, so he did not attend. So they said that's actually a good thing. So congratulations to LL Cool J. And apparently he's getting another award recently. Do you think that he's now getting the props that he should be getting, that he should have been getting?
Let me say this about Mr. James Todd Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He is a different breed.
Yeah.
He's been in this game since he was 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There was at one point in time, at a very young age, he owned a part of Def Jam. Basically, I've been around his whole career. I've watched him from soup to nuts. He is now currently, or if he hasn't finished already, in Juilliard in school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he got his degree. His
He did get
master's.
it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes.
He got that last
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
He is of a different breed, and I just want to say kudos to him. And if anyone is looking at someone as a role model in this hip-hop world, that is somebody to look at, because he has major growth from the beginning of his career to now. So kudos to him. And his wife. You know, they, as a family, you know, they're making progressive steps in life.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Congratulations, L.O. All right, well, ABC News anchor Brian Ross was hit with a 4-week suspension for a report about the Michael Flynn plea deal. Now, as previously reported, everyone but Trump supporters rejoiced after Flynn, Trump's former national advisor, pled guilty to lying to the FBI about his conversation with the Russian ambassador last December. Now, soon thereafter, Brian Ross tweeted that Flynn would testify that 45 had directed him to make contact with the Russian officials while he was still a candidate for president. Now, as it turns out, Ross was wrong, and the person who directed Flynn to contact the Russians was actually Jared Kushner, who is 45 senior advisor and son-in-law. Now, ABC pulled the plug on Ross for 4 weeks without pay. He said, we deeply regret and apologize for the serious error we made yesterday. The reports conveyed by Brian Ross during the special report had not been fully vetted through our editorial standard process. So Ross actually tweeted that something to the effect that, you know, his job is to hold people accountable, and so he accepts this suspension, and he apologized for doing it. Now, what's interesting is what everyone's talking about is the fact that 45 was quick to call everything fake news, and they were saying that the definition of fake news is the intent to put out lies and hold them as the truth, where here in a lot of cases people think Ross just made a mistake. What are your thoughts?
First of all, before I go into that, I just want to tell you that there's a term for Jared Kushner. I've heard them say it on CNN numerous times, and I think it's hilarious. The first son-in-law. We've never had one of them.
That's what he is?
Yeah, that's really interesting. The first son-in-law. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he made a mistake, which probably shouldn't have happened, because as a trained journalist, you are supposed to check the facts.
Yeah,
even, you know, the work that we do here, you know, there's fact-checking. You want to make sure your sources are correct. You don't want to spit out any foul information. And if you do, you have to recant it. You have to, you know, retract it, because that is part of a journalist's job, is to report the facts. That's our duty.
Mm-hmm.
And, rightfully so, he should be suspended. Next time, bro, get it right. Like, some people rely totally on news for all of their information. A lot of people don't research stuff themselves.
Right.
You know, the news and listening to podcasts and stuff of the like, that's their source. That's their truth. And if us as journalists, if we don't get it right, we're doing a disservice to people by giving false information.
Exactly.
I don't think if you make a mistake, that's fake news. But what fake news is that false propaganda, putting things out there on purpose to paint a different kind of picture. That's the fake news.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why, like, there are a lot of times I'll see articles that I want to share with our listeners, and sometimes I always have to double check and, you know, check a couple of sources to make sure that isn't fake news that I'm about to share. You know what I mean? Because people put out anything, and depending on who you are and what you believe, you'll believe anything they put out there. So I always try to double check our sources before we share things on this show or on our social media. But listen, before we go, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, and the other part about it, so people aren't confused, when someone does an editorial, they're putting out their opinion. So they have a little bit more leeway when you're putting out an editorial because it's your personal opinion on a news story.
Exactly. I totally agree. Listen, before we go, I want to wish Jay-Z a happy birthday. He turned 48 today. Shout out to Jigga.
Jigga!
And also, I want to remind you all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and, of course, our official website is StephenKnightShow.com. And please help us with our surprise giveaway for these students. You can go to StephenKnightShow.com for more details.
Hold on, Stephen. Right before we leave, we shouted out Jigga, our friend who's been on the show, Miss Trina Braxton of Braxton Family Values.
Oh, yeah, Trina.
Today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Trina, Queen Boom Boom.
Yes. Happy birthday, Trina. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Don't make me wait, no, don't be afraid, no. I'm a big boy, I'ma eat everything on my plate, oh. Don't be ashamed, no, I know you ain't got your face on. But I love it in the morning, inside your legs ain't nothing like baking hotcakes and eggs. Oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. Give you my love. We gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get up there. Oh, you can't get away, get away. Give you my bed. Stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast thing, yeah. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast. Some call me loco, but I need it all so bad. When you give it early in the morning, got me twitching. Eyes roll back when I'm staring at the ceiling. Girl, you and I. How many licks just to get to your center? When I beat that batter, girl, I'ma fry them cakes with a cast iron skillet. You wake up, oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. Give you my love. We gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get up there. Oh, you can't get away, get away. Stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the morning. I got to have breakfast in bed. Maybe I could go hard like this all day. It feels so good when we shake and bake. When you curl your toes and you grab my hand, this is the sound when we baking, man. Wake up, oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. Give you my love. We gon' turn this bedroom into a kitchen. Let's get up there. Oh, you can't get away, get away. Give me my bed. Stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love
All night long, she all on me. Tell her, come get this, she follow me. Tell me what you came for. Did you come to play with it? Did you come to be my bad girl? Hey, damn it, be ashamed. Gripping on your waist. Go on ahead now. We grinding, we wildin', cause we don't care. We wildin', we rubbing like no one's here. If I push up on it, will you go there? Trust me, you'll go there. All night long, she all on me. Tell her, come get this, she follow me. All night long, she all on me. When she want that, she call on me. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. 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 Back up one time, touch it back on it. Back up one time, touch it back on it. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. Tell me, can you handle it? Tell me right now before we walk out this club, girl. Hey, baby, where your hands? Thought you had a man, no, damn, baby. We grindin', we wildin', cause we don't care. Hey. We wildin', we rubbin' like no one's here. Wait if I push up on it, will you go there? Hey, baby, trust me, you'll go there. All night long, she all on me. Tell her, come get this, she follow me. All night long, she all on me. When she want that, she call on me. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. 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 Back up one time, touch it back on it. Back up one time, touch it back on it. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. All night long, she all on me. Tell her, come get this, she follow me. All night long, she all on me. When she want that, she call on me. All night long, she 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 all night long. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. 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 Back up one time, touch it back on it. Back up one time, touch it back on it. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl. I'ma get that girl, let's get that girl.
Hey, it's your girl Scarlett Nuvvo. Shout out to the Stephen Knight Show. You are tuned in. Make sure you check out Wish You Was Here.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our next guest is an actor, comedian, writer, producer, director, and CEO of Urban Vision Entertainment. Now, we've seen them in HBO's The Wire, the CW's Everybody Hates Chris, 5K1, alongside with Clifton Powell, and in Disney's Step Up, which also had Channing Tatum, just to name a few. This is a busy man, y'all. Please help me welcome the very talented Melvin Jackson Jr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm surprised you had time out your busy schedule to come on here, but I appreciate it. So listen.
Always got time for you.
I appreciate that, man. How did you get started with this career? I mean, you've done a lot of work. How did you get started?
It's interesting. I got started first managing artists.
Yeah.
I would say in 99, 2000. And then from there, I went. I kind of, was. I feel like I hit my ceiling as much as far as I can go, because every time I was going into labels and pitching, artists, they were asking me, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean what I'm doing? I'm managing artists." They're like, "No, what are you doing?" Like, they was like, "Well, if you were a rapper, if you do that," I'm like, "I'm not trying to be a rapper." Like, and then it's like when I got The Wire, it was even more like, "Okay, well, what are you doing? Like, if you did something, we can promote you." And it was just the energy started turning towards me, and I was like. I was trying to be behind the scenes. I wasn't trying to be an actor, but I felt, I had an audition for a PSA that I booked, and I fell in love with acting. I'm like, I love it. Let me try my hand at it, and here I am, 16 years later, still doing it, still loving it, and still having fun.
Yeah. So did you do any training for it, or was it something? I mean, like, because obviously you're going from managing artists to now you're in front of the camera. I mean, what was the preparation?
Well, it was definitely, man, God, because I didn't take any, any acting classes, any professional training, so it was just like, I was going in there and winging it and hoping that, I did good. And so when I realized I wanted to take it serious and say, I'm really going to, try my hand as a career, I started watching movies not for entertainment purpose anymore, but actually to learn. So I'm watching, movies with Denzel and Samuel Jackson, and I'm learning, acting techniques from them and learning how can I implement my own without trying to emulate them, but how can I bring having any acting experience or acting classes? Why do I need to do it now? And then my answer to that question was, well, Jordan was the greatest in basketball, but he still practiced. He still went and shot all the time. Kobe was a great shooter. He still shot 100 shots till he got 1,000 shots or whatever until he made 1,000. You know what I mean? Those types of preparations. So in order to perfect your craft, you got to get better. And then I said Denzel has has acting coaches and does plays just to perfect his craft. So I said, what makes me any different? So I think when I put that in my mind, my mentality changed.
That makes a lot of sense because when I first moved to Atlanta, I moved to Atlanta for music. And I remember I never wanted to take vocal lessons because I thought, if I take vocal lessons, it means I'm not a natural singer. I can't sing. Right. But then I thought about when I played basketball, I was in camps and I, practiced every day. And I'm thinking, so it's interesting hearing that from, you and the genre you're in. So you're from D.C., right? And
yes.
Now you're in L.A. How long have you been in L.A.?
Correct. I've been in L.A. for 10 years now.
Okay. Yeah. DMV, shout out. I'm from Virginia, so.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm actually going home in next Thursday.
Oh, for not for Thanksgiving. For Thanksgiving?
No, not for Thanksgiving.
Oh, after. Okay, yeah. Okay. So how is it like going home after being in LA for 10 years?
It's definitely different because my mentality is I'm not saying always hustling, but I'm always making sure that I'm staying motivated. So when I go home, it's chill. I try to go home and relax sometimes, but I end up always working. But it's just different. DC has changed for me because of gentrification and which is not a bad thing, but it's just like I just feel like where I wanted to go in my career, I couldn't do that in the DMV area, so I had to definitely leave and spread my wings and everything is here, so it's like you want to be, where everything is at, you got to go where everything is at.
Now, you also lived in Pakistan and Turkey. You lived there 4 and a half years each. How was that experience?
Right. It was a great journey. Just being in this, to be in a different country, being in a different culture, it was definitely a great learning experience because it made me well-rounded because, sometimes as African Americans, when we're just in our surroundings, we don't know how to interact with other races, other cultures, and it's just like a culture shock. Yeah. But for me, I was just able to be me when I was in that arena, and build relationships with friends, and so now I can definitely go to different countries and it'd be no different than if I was in the States. So exactly. I definitely think that was it just shaped me to be a well-rounded person and to appreciate what I have in America because. To them, we have it all, and they just trying to leave their country to get to America because they think that's the, land of milk and honey.
Right.
And, it's just like we don't really we take for granted what we have, and we don't, sometimes we're not as thankful as we should be.
I agree. I totally agree. And let me say, when you were in Pakistan and Turkey, you won 2 gold medals in track and field for long distance and a bronze medal in wrestling. So congratulations on that. I know it was a lot back. Congratulations, for sure. So, a lot of artists, actors, musicians, they catch flack for speaking out on political issues. We can see it in sports, with Colin Kaepernick. Are you an artist that will speak up on that, or do you just let your art speak for you? What's your take on it?
I definitely feel like we have a duty to speak when something is not right. It's one thing for me. What I try to do is not push and not be judgmental of anybody or let's say push my own agenda. But for me, I always feel like I have to spread love. I mean, in the sense of I'm a God-fearing man, and I feel like if someone is being wrongfully accused or wrongly done wrong in a certain kind of way, we have to speak up, especially if it affects your community. You have to speak up. You can't be quiet because then it's like, well, it doesn't affect me. I'm going to just go about my life. And it's like, well, what about your brother and your sister that it affects? So for me, I'm always trying to be conscious of what it is that I do and say, because it's important to make sure that I give a message that sticks, not just, here today and gone tomorrow, but it's like I want to be able to walk what I say. And so if I'm saying let's be about love, then I'm not going to be out there going and trying to fight my brother or my sister because, I got this hatred in my heart. It's like, no, let's spread love. Let's be an example. Let's talk about, let's be the change and not be the problem. Exactly. So it's just, for me, I always make sure that I try to uplift, people in general, not just black people, but people in general. And I'm about, I'm definitely about the youth, empowerment of the youth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely speaking on issues of, suicide, depression, suicide and, depression and stuff like that, because that, resonates with me and is affecting me and my family.
Right.
So I'm always just trying to be a social advocate for things that should be spoken about that are not.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And thank you for doing that. For so many people, I'm sure that you are impacted with that. So I watched the New Edition movie, or story that was on BET, and that was, first of all, it was a phenomenal movie. You played Curtis Blow in the first part. Tell us about that experience.
Man, it was one of the greatest experiences I had as an actor. Like, I thought The Wire was definitely, a great experience being a part of one of my favorite shows. And
right.
But I think, with the simple fact is New Edition is one of my favorite. It's pretty much my favorite group.
Mm-hmm.
And, me knowing their story and me that being my first concert and everything that story just represented, like, and then
right.
everybody that was involved, it just made it so much better. And for my first major TV role to be The Wire and it be, part of Aaron Barksdale's crew, who was played by Wood Harris, and now here I am, years later, playing opposite of Wood Harris again in the New Edition story, so us seeing, reconnecting, and he was the first person that I probably met when I was an extra on The Wire before I got a role, recurring role. So it's a monumental, project, and it touches my heart a little bit deeper than I think any other project, because it was a labor of love. Everybody on set was just there and having fun. They wanted to tell the story right, so there was no egos. People didn't care how long we needed to be on set to get the job done. And you saw the work that was put in. And only people can see the work that was put in. Like, you saw what came out of it. So just imagine, like, being on set and seeing this 20 times, the kids doing these dance moves, the adults doing these moves, and perfecting it just like New Edition did. Like, New Edition are perfectionists. So I'm just thankful that I was able to be a part of this story and have, a piece of the puzzle and just be able to make sure that I do my part.
Right.
It's one thing. Right. It's a ensemble cast where we all have to do our parts, and I think that we did an amazing job of telling that story and doing our part.
No, you definitely did. And the way you could tell it is the fact that the real life New Edition members, how they toured with actors and they promoted it. That showed they were pleased with what was being done. And I know Bobby Brown's about to do his story, and he's using the same characters that played him on New Edition. But I mean, it definitely speaks to the work you all did. When you take on a character, you hear a lot of actors, sometimes they say that it's hard for them to get out of character. It's hard for them to let go of that, that role to take on, that persona to take on. How is that for you? Are you able to, disconnect, or does it take you a minute?
Well, definitely with the Curtis Blow role, it took me a little bit longer, because it's just, he's a person, and I never try to go into something to play a person, as I want to play them as a person first. I think that's how you tell the best story. And just knowing his history and just knowing all that he's done for hip hop, and not saying, saying that he needs to go around and saying this is what I've done, but people need to remember what he did for hip-hop. Had it not been for him, there would be no Jay-Z, there would be no Run DMC, all these people that he opened the doors for. He was the first commercial rapper, and people don't know about him, and I think that, for me, as playing him, I would carry a chip on my shoulder, like, y'all need to know who I am, and that's why in the role, I felt like, here I am having to open up for some kids. Like, don't you remember who I am? Don't you know what I've done? And you want me to open up for some kids? So it was more so them feeling disrespected because I'm having to open up for some kids, because it's not that I disrespect them as the people, but it's like I'm Curtis Blow, in a sense, and I'm the king of New York. This is my city. So here I am, you asking me not just to open up for somebody,
that I don't know, but y'all haven't asked me to open up for kids. So I kind of got the gist of what was going on and understanding. Like, as rappers, they have egos anyway. There's people that don't want to open up for someone who are not kids. Right. So it was just, for me, I feel like I had to embody that moment and how I would feel. You know, if I had to open up for some kids, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm a superstar. Right. You know, so it was definitely, you know, I felt like I needed to play that role and do it justice because he is a person. You know, whether it happened or not, or whether it happened that way, is the simple fact is that Curtis Blow is an icon. He, you know, needed to be respected. In that moment, he wanted to be wanted to remember, like, who I am. I shouldn't have to tell you who I am. So it was just, he was trying to get his point across, and you know, it just happened to be kids that were in his way at that moment.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I read that you'll be making your directorial debut soon with a featured film, Sex Lives and the Things That Women Go Through. Can you talk about that?
Well, actually, I've since then I've directed a bunch of stuff, so it's no longer my directorial debut. But yeah, when that bio was written, that it was. But yeah, I've directed a couple other projects, and the last one I just directed was a Christian-based film called The Price of Fame, and it talks about similar things that are going on in the industry right now with, you know, casting couch and stuff like that, and of people having to sometimes people will sacrifice their faith and belief for fame and fortune. Yeah. And so I'm just showing them that you don't have to do that. You can have fame and fortune and still be a Christian, or you can just do the work and allow everything to happen in the way it's supposed to, whether it's you're supposed to be rich, you know, famous, whatever it is. If you're about the work, it will all happen the way it's supposed to.
What are your thoughts on all this stuff that's coming out now? We're seeing these executives, you know, high-level executives, you know, and the number of women that are coming, and men, you know, in some cases coming out saying that they were, you know, sexually assaulted by these powerful people. I was upset today by Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose is somebody that, you know, I watch every morning on the news. So what are your thoughts when it comes to that kind of what we're seeing play out?
Man, I just, I mean, you know, for me, it's like, you know, it's nothing new. It's nothing that we didn't know. I think now that, you know, with the Weinstein, everything is being put to the forefront, and I think with the Bill Cosby thing, you know what I mean? I think you see the difference in how they handle certain things. With Bill Cosby, it was done a certain kind of way, and what, you know, other people have done, you know. So for me, I just say, man, we just need to continue to pray for people, pray for the industry, because we all have our own demons. So I'm not the person that go in and be like, well, this person did this and such, and they should be crucified. Listen, I'm not the judge or the juror, and that's not my position. God has to judge them on Judgment Day or whatever. All I can do is say, you know what, I'm gonna pray for them, because apparently they are going through something. And that's what I can, you know, what I can do. For me, I don't want to be judgmental, because I feel like there will be one day when we're in the hot seat and we're the same people that judging somebody else. I'm like, we all got bones in our closets. So I'm like, I understand people have a job to do, reporting something, but understand that when it's your turn, be prepared. Right. And so that's for me. I just try to step back and not be judgmental and be like, you know what I'm gonna do is pray for them. Because that's all I can do. I'm not going to be judgmental. I'm not going to be like, well, this, because we all know what's happening. We all know it happened, you know. Exactly. So it's not a shock to anybody. Right. And you know, for many years, people have swept it under the rug. So now it's just, you know, it's a hailstorm of this situation. Now you're like, oh my God, who's next? And now everyone's, you know, everyone's like, you know, on walking on eggshells. So I just say we just got to pray. We got to pray for this industry and pray for, you know, people that's controlling it.
Most definitely. So what's next for you?
What is next? Definitely, right now I'm working alongside Curtis Blow, my producing partner Marvin Williams, and Chandrella Avery. We're working on, we're developing the Curtis Blow biopic alongside Curtis Blow. We're going to be producing that project. So we're just trying to get everything together now. I won't be reprising the role. I'll just be producing it and maybe have another role in the movie, but we definitely wanted to, you know, allow this to stand on its own outside of the New Edition story, but just, you know, have a dope actor portray Curtis Blow and just give this even more light. So we're definitely, you know, just eager and honored to be able to tell this story, and I'm honored to be able to to be a part of this project because, it was from day one I wanted to be able to tell his story. Once I began to do my research on him, like, man, he has an amazing story. And then he has another part that people don't even know about. So definitely I want, people to go out and support his story and learn about him and understand what he has done for hip-hop and music in general. Yes.
Yeah. What's your dream role? If you could be in a biopic and play someone, who would it be?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Oh, okay. That'd be dope. Yeah. Okay. Why Eddie Murphy?
So I get that. Just because he has an interesting story, some story that people don't even know about. So, just what he did for comedians, what he did for, comedians switching over into acting as African Americans, and just all that he's done, like the movies he's done, what he's done for comedy. And I just think that, he definitely is a low-key guy. Like, you don't really see him out too much in public unless he's going to, get some coffee or something like that. But he's very, he's very low-key. But, he's just a person that people understand. Like, he wasn't, he didn't even think about, I guess, doing comedy per se. For a while, and then I guess Charlie, his brother was saying, you should go and do this in person at the Gong Show, and he went and did it. I think he did. I forgot who impression he did, but he did that and he won. So he just has a gift, man, that I think is a dime a dozen and doesn't come too often. And
That's
so
true.
I would definitely love to tell that story. And people always say I look like him, so I'm like, well, if you keep saying I look like him, why not play him? So.
You do favor him. Yeah, you do. Well, listen, Melvin, tell everybody where they can keep up with you on social media, your website. What's the best way to keep up with what you have going on? 'Cause you have a lot that you're doing.
Yeah, people can check me out on melvinjacksonjr.com, Melvin Jackson Jr. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. And also, me and my wife just released our first series of children's book called The Adventures of Jimmy the Fly. It's available on Amazon. Yeah, it's available on Amazon. You can go to my Facebook page and check out the link, or our Instagram is in our bio, but definitely go to Amazon.com and click in The Adventures of Jimmy the Fly, and it's definitely a good read for kids, a good stocking stuffer. And we definitely looking forward to going to some schools, reading, and just being able to spread love through reading and be able to do something for the kids.
Most definitely. Briefly, what's that about?
It's about Jimmy the Fly. Him and his friends are playing a game of hide and go seek in the airport, and he decides that he's going to hide in an airplane. And as he hides in the baggage compartment, he gets hit in the head with a suitcase and is knocked out cold. And now he's having to now he wakes up, he's in another place, and he doesn't remember anything.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. What's the book called again?
The Adventures of Jimmy the Fly.
Yeah, we got to check that out. Listen, Melvin, I definitely appreciate talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Wish you continued success in all your future endeavors. And listen, have a great holiday season, okay?
You do the same. Don't eat too much.
I'm trying not to. Well, listen, we'll be right back after this.
On these hitters, cause they were sleeping. Clap on these hitters, cause they was tweaking. Do not interrupt a hitter when she is speaking. Please keep an eye on your hitter, I got him kicking. From way back when I've been a problem. You don't pick one when you got options. They talking cause I'm never round up. Man, what you say, I beg your pardon. Need to know your place. Oh, you made a big mistake. It's got to be bombs away. Bombs away. You about to blow it? Man, I'm too nice to these hitters. That's over, yeah, finito. I suggest you reconsider. Man, what's wrong with these people? Don't make me reach for the trigger. Be careful, cause it's lethal. We the say matter, you figure. Oh, nah, nah, we not equal. From way back when I've been a problem. You don't pick one when you got options. They talking cause I'm never round up. Man, what you say, I beg your pardon. Why you coming at your face? Man, you need to know your place. Oh, you made a big mistake. It's got to be bombs away. Bombs away. You about to blow it? 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 You about to blow it?
T.A. Corleone, Street Cartel, bada bing, bada boom. Drippin', 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 sauce, sauce. I'm a boss, boss. 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 Drippin', drippin', sauce, sauce. T.A. Corleone is a boss. Drippin' in too much sauce. 24-inch Cuban lean. Quarter cut designer means. Presidential Rolex on my arm. BBS is all over my charm. Shoe red bottom of a ton. Carrying a concealed weapon. Catch your body cause I got the juice. And my vest is bulletproof. Got a mouth full of gold tooth. And my Rari ain't got no roof. I used to be on Section 8. Now I got a crib on a lake. Multi-million-dollar estate. With my last name spelled in the gates. Drippin', drippin', sauce, sauce. I'm a boss, boss. 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 Drippin', drippin', sauce. First got flight, stretch limousine. Been featured in Source magazine. I turned my dream to reality. Then put my team on a salary. 500K is my budget. Still independent and love it. CEO of Street Cartel. Ball harder than Art Shell. Featured artists in double XL. In my bin is a V12. T.A. Corleone is the truth. One of the best in the booth. I'm the new king of the South. Don't mention my name in your mouth. I'll send them go to your house to kidnap and rape your spouse. Drippin', drippin', sauce, sauce. I'm a boss, boss. 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 Drippin', drippin', sauce, sauce. Don't need a ghostwriter or feature, cause I got more verses than preachers. Haters say I got a real big ego, cause I get them bags of peso. In a plug that's an amigo. We keep them bricks in the bando. Shoot a posted up with the Draco. Get it out the mud, show nub. Try harder than snow on the blood. Bad boy, but ain't signed a pub. Bros always trying to mingle, even though they know I ain't single. Cause they like I spit that lingo. lingo. And I'm packing like Mandingo. Beat it up cause I like it rough. Hoes wanna put me in handcuffs. Drippin', 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 sauce, sauce. I'm a boss, boss. 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 Drippin', drippin', sauce, sauce. Bobby the Hitman, T.A. Quillion, 2018. Capiche.
Hi, this is Carolyn Tia Outlaw.
This is Jawanda Durham.
And this is Malachi Rivers, and we are the cast, creator, and producer of Rhonda Mitchell, MD, and you're listening to The Stephen Knight Show.
Welcome back to The Stephen Knight Show. Scarlett Nuvvo, native of the state of New Jersey, debuts her latest project, Wish You Was Here. Nuvvo provides listeners with the perfect balance of melodies and lyricism, showcasing her strength in her songwriting with flavorful bars, along with her allure of sensual feminine vibes. Please help me welcome the very talented Scarlett Nuvvo. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl Scarlett Nuvvo. We on the Stephen Knight Show. What's good?
Yes, ma'am. How's it going?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm just happy to be working, you know?
Most definitely, most definitely. So listen, before we talk about the latest project, tell listeners who may not have heard of you, they may be living on a rock, but kind of how you got your start and, you know, where you are, how you got to where you are today.
Okay. So basically, you know, I started about 7 years ago. These guys from Atlantic City, Code of the Streets, Center of Attention Entertainment, kind of took me under their wing. Shout out to them. They took me on tour with them when he was on tour with Yo Gotti, so I got to, like, experience the whole tour life and a lot of backstage things. Did a lot of networking and traveling and, you know, just kind of learning the ins and outs of the business. And, you know, all that leading up until now where, you know, now it's time for me to drop my actual project.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did a lot of singles and stuff before, kind of testing the waters with it.
Right.
Never had no structure, but, you know, now I'm just at the point where, you know, got a nice body of work. I just want to showcase my talent.
I heard you were chilling up in Diddy's house and
yeah,
doing the big.
Yeah. Shout out to T.J. Gilliam. You know, he engineered the whole project.
Yeah.
He's the one that got me over at Puff's crib. That time
Yeah.
L.A. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So who were some of your earlier influences?
I would say definitely Pac, Jay-Z, Fabulous, Eve, Aaliyah, Timberland, Missy, you know, that whole camp.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That, yeah, Lauryn Hill. Shout out to Lauryn Hill.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. She's a Jersey woman, too, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, you talked about, you know, you did different singles and released here and there, kind of establishing your sound. How did you know what sound would be best for Scarlett Nuvvo?
Honestly, I can't even like really answer that. It's just, it was like a development thing. It's like an artist development. You know, artists, we have to find our sound on our own. So
exactly.
You know, we kind of got to develop ourselves as an artist. So it just happened organically. I can't even say that I'm there just yet.
Okay.
If you listen to the project, there's a lot of different sounds.
It is, yeah.
You know, it's a lot of different vibes and styles, but, you know, all are under the umbrella of who I am. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what it turns into.
Exactly. So the project's called Wish You Was Here. Tell us about it.
Okay. So, yeah, the project is called Wish You Was Here. You know, I dedicated this project to, you know, a lot of the people that I lost in my life.
Yeah.
I kind of talked a little bit about it, you know, in the project as well. You know, I just felt Wish You Was Here was a very relatable thing. You know, it's like it can go from, you know, you and your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, you're working right now. She could be across the country working, and, you know, you wish that she could be here with you or y'all could just share a dinner together, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
From that angle, from the people that, you know, I got people locked up, I don't know about you, that I wish could be out here with me, enjoying these moments.
Right.
You know, and it really started, you know, when I was on tour and I was the only girl, and I was like, dang, none of my friends is here. I wish my friends was here. You know, those moments that Puffy crib, I'm like, nobody's going to believe this.
You're right. Like, who's going to believe that? Right.
So it goes, like, on so many different levels, you know, wish you was here.
Yeah. So the first single is Hallucinate. Tell us about that. Was produced by Darnell Goddard. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Hallucinate, that was produced by Darnell Goddard. Shout out to him, man. He's been showing me love since, like, day one. He's out there doing work with, like, Lil Yachty and Ty Dolla $ign Alley. So big up to him. I'm so proud of him, you know. Hallucinate, you know, it's a dope vibe. It's, you know, I'm kind of taking shots at people that, like, they be like trying to big themselves up in little other you know, for little other people, but in real life they don't really got it going on.
Right.
We all know.
You see that on Instagram every day, right?
Every day people just stunting like, but I know you in real life. You don't.
Right.
And it's okay. It's okay. We all working towards something. It's all right. You don't got to lie to yourself, you know?
Right.
So that's really all that's about. It's just a dope vibe.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned tour, and I know you're about to go back on tour, but how has, you know, the exposure of you traveling, you know, around the world, around the country, how has that contributed to your music, the music style?
How's it contribute to my music? I mean, experience contributes, you know, every day. No matter what experience is, it's going to give me life for my music.
Exactly.
But honestly, for me, like, touring and stuff, it was like a boot camp, you know, because we're out there, like, grind, like, no big budget. You know, we doing this all on our own dollar. Like, it's different when you doing it.
It is, right?
On the low level, you know, it's you don't get the whole, you know, from works and this is a business I'm getting in.
Exactly.
This is really what you want to do. You know, that's kind of how I see it. Like, I feel like every artist should have that experience, and then they could decide if this is something that they really want to do or not.
What is something that, you know, you say you've been doing this, you know, 7 years, really putting out music. What is it that you know now? I'm sure it's a lot that you didn't know then.
Oh, that it's not too much about talent.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. It's not about talent. I mean, obviously it works better if you are talented and can pull yourself, but it's like 10% talent, guys. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Talent.
It's the truth. You know, years ago I tried out for American Idol, and I remember, like, you know, they had this, you know how they have rappers have ciphers. Well, they had, like, ciphers, but it was like fingers. So they'll go to this person, that person, whatever. And some of the talented people, I mean, that could out-sing almost anybody on the radio at that time were getting cut left and right. And then you'll see people who were okay, you know, but I guess, you know, the judges saw something in them and will move on. So, yeah, I learned then it wasn't all about talent. It wasn't all about talent. Yeah.
I heard something similar about that. Like, I really did. My cousin, she went on and she can sing.
Yeah.
And he didn't, you know. And I think it's like TV. I think it's for TV, you know.
Right.
At the end of the day, they need something that's, if you're already so great, then what can they do with you, I guess.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. Well, what advice would you give to somebody, you know, wanting to do this, wanting to be in this industry, and, you know, what could you pass down to them as some advice as to, you know, maybe someone starting out, what they should know or what they should do next?
Okay. For somebody starting out, I would definitely tell them that I just tell them the truth. Like, honestly, I already work, like, try to help out younger artists that are trying to do this, and I tell them straight up, like, get your business right. You know, make sure you copywriting your stuff. Don't buy no beats off, like, don't use no beats off YouTube or none of that. Like, get with a dope producer. Y'all start building together.
Exactly.
You know, copyright your stuff, register your stuff, get your stuff on media base, and, you know, all that. Like, just handle your business first.
Know the business, yeah. That's big.
That's how you're going to get paid if you, I mean.
Right.
You know, like, I still know people that's, like, producers I know for years that do. I asked them what their BMI was, and they were like, what? I'm like,
right.
What do you mean, what?
Right. They're confused. Because I think people, what you should focus on the talent, but they don't focus on the business aspect. And that's how people get taken advantage of, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's a big thing for me. Like, that's really the first thing I would tell upcoming artists is make sure your business is right. Study. It's a bunch of books out here. It's a bunch of, you know, a lot of stuff.
The internet now, it's crazy.
Yeah, like, you got the world in the palm of your hand. It's in your phone. It's the world. It's the world.
Yeah.
Anything. Like, if it's something you want to do, just study,
right.
And, you know, you'll figure it out.
Exactly. What do you want your fans and listeners to take away when they go through and listen to, you know, this Wish You Was Here? What do you want them? What's the takeaway you want them to have?
I just want them to have an enjoyable listening experience, and I want them to say, Dad, she did that. She wrote all that, or she can do that too. Like, yeah, like that's really what it is. I mean, I really have, like, no expectations with this right now. I think it's good music. I've gotten great responses.
Yeah.
And that's all I really want is good responses. You know, I think it's good music. Just take a chance.
Well, where can people keep up with you on social media and your website?
Sure, you can check me out at ScarlettNuvvo.com. That's 2 T's and 2 V's. As well, my Facebook page is Scarlett Nuvvo. Everything is pretty much the same. Twitter. My Instagram is at Nuvvo, Nuvvo, and Snapchat, Scarlett Nuvvo. So, yeah, follow me. I'll follow back. I'm not bougie.
All right. Well, the album is called Wish You Was Here. You can get it on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, wherever you get your digital music. Listen, Scarlett, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I wish you nothing but continued success on this project and your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
No doubt, no doubt. Listen, we'll be right back after this.
Show 'em how to move like it's your only option. Show 'em how to go, girl, 'cause you do it flawless. She be like, he be like, my hitters be like, rep your town tonight. And we on. Show 'em how it's done when your back is in the corner, but your dream is number one. She be like, he be like, I be like, yeah. Let me start this anthem all proper. From poverty, I still finish college. Do it all, keep my face stay shining, 'cause your boy right here is a soldier. Back to the music, telling you why I do it. For my brother, his daughter, my dreams stick to it. I lost a few on the way, miss them all the time, but I keep the memories alive on the music. Thought I wouldn't do it, thought I couldn't do it. Thought I wouldn't do it, thought I couldn't do it. Thought I wouldn't do it, and I couldn't do it. Watch me do it. Show 'em how to move like it's your only option. Show 'em how to go, girl, 'cause you do it flawless. She be like, he be like, my hitters be like, rep your town tonight. And we on. Show 'em how it's done when your back is in the corner, but your dream is number one. She be like, he be like, I be like, yeah. People tell him, do you only get better? So don't stop, bruh. You deserve to win show. Got $1 and a dream, and 100 guarantees I'm gonna make it out this life. That's cool with me. Trust in my faith and my beliefs. Music therapy. So, I just wanna be the man I am. Yeah, yeah. They thought I wouldn't do it. Thought I couldn't do it. Thought I wouldn't do it. Thought I couldn't do it. Thought I wouldn't do it. And I couldn't do it. Watch me do it. Do it. Show 'em how to move like it's your only option. Show 'em how to go, girl, 'cause you do it flawless. She be like, he be like, my hitters be like, rep your town tonight. And we on. Show 'em how it's done when your back is in the corner, but your dream is number one. She be like, he be like, I be like, yeah, 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 yeah.
I came from nothing, came from shit. Had a goal to set, I had a name to get. I turned pain to strength, I gave fame a grip. I changed lanes to gain, and my aims to live. Had to show them how, call this tutorial. Made history, this historical. Niggas Satan, that's just adorable. Went from poor and that shit's affordable. All I need is my team now. More trees, more lean now. I'm heating up, I got steam now. It's real shit, it ain't a dream now. I moved up and got paid quick. YH, who I stayed with. And this here look beautiful, like the baddest bitches I laid with. They thought I wouldn't do it. They thought that I would quit. Can't take no losses, I'm a boss. Tell all y'all bosses I'm the shit. Y'all boys so off, but I'm a hit. Got no time to talk, I'm getting rich. Can't hear yo talking like I'm deaf. And I kill no coffin with the shit.
Show 'em how to move like it's your only option. Show 'em how to go, girl, 'cause you do it flawless. She be like, he be like, my hitters be like, rep your town tonight. And we on. Show 'em how it's done when your back is in the corner, but your dream is number one. She be like, he be like, I be like, yeah, 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 yeah.
That shit gon' bang. Niggas won't fuck with that shit.
Hey, Prano, what's poppin'? Yeah, yeah.
Hey, yo, Saint Soprano.
Broad Street Bully. Niggas already snow sticks. It's Philly in this bitch.
Bully line, bitch.
Moolery. Black Forbes, lady.
Big B's, bitch.
Stay proud.
Ain't not bigger than a motherfucking beat on nigga. Never the one G gang. Do this for the gang, 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 bang. You a dub nigga, bang, bang. I'ma hold it real right. Herg life, stack up in the chain gang. Ran up from the plug twice. Dug life, feet blood, nigga, bang, bang. Red light, green light, same lane. I'ma hold it bang, bang. Do this for the gang, 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 bang. You a dub nigga, bang, bang. I'ma hold it real right. Herg life, stack up in the chain gang. Ran up from the plug twice. Dug life, feet blood, nigga, bang, bang. Red light, green light, same lane. I'ma hold it bang, bang.
I don't gang bang, but my gang do. Ain't nothing bigger than that beat, bitch. Yeah, it's me, bitch. Bully like clip drill, long ass gang. I pull that shit, get the hitting shit, get your wig pushed back. Bitch nigga on the plate, dub, plug ass nigga. I shine for mine, what your life like, what is that? It's Bully gang and I pull it gang, I put your body in the bag.
Do this for the gang, 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 bang. You a dub nigga, bang, bang. I'ma hold it real right. Herg life, stack up in the chain gang. Ran up from the plug twice. Dug life, feet blood, nigga, bang, bang. Red light, green light, same lane. I'ma hold it bang, bang. Do this for the gang, 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 bang. You a dub nigga, bang, bang. I'ma hold it real right. Herg life, stack up in the chain gang. Ran up from the plug twice. Dug life, feet blood, nigga, bang, bang. Red light, green light, same lane. I'ma hold it bang, bang.
Said you heard a nigga gang bang. All my niggas do the same thing. Get a brother, they gon' take aim. Red light, green light, bang, bang. All I gotta say is go when it's green light, go. Pull up to the block at the fucking light show. Everybody like where the fucking lights go. Bad motherfucker, I ain't talking my go. Say you all heard of Shine Gang. Bully family, that's my gang. Said you all heard of Shine Gang. Bully family, that's my gang.
It's a bully to a bully.
It's the bully with the bullies.
Get the word and they gon' pull it.
Chop it with the full clip. Make them do a full flip. I ain't with the bullshit. What's a bull to a matador? That is what the bull get. I feel it in the air. These niggas, they reply.
I make them feel it in their head.
Why the fuck you think the clock is on?
Do this for the gang, 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 bang. You a dub nigga, bang, bang. I'ma hold it real right. Herg life, life, stack up in the chain gang. Run up from the plug twice, thug life, we blood, nigga bang bang. Red light, green light, same lane, I'm all the bang bang. Do this for the gang gang, gang bang, you a dumb nigga bang bang. I'm all the real right, hurry life, stack up in the chain gang. Run up from the plug twice, thug life, we blood, nigga bang bang. Red light, green light, same lane, I'm all the bang bang. Do this for the gang gang, gang bang, you a dumb nigga bang bang. I'm all the real right, hurry life, stack up in the chain gang. Run up from the plug twice, thug life, we blood, nigga bang bang. Red light, green light, same lane, I'm all the bang bang, bang bang.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, Chike, what's going on?
Ew.
What's going on in the world of movie reviews?
Well, I can kick us off. I know Chike saw a couple of films this past few weeks, but I went to go see Roman J. Israel, Esquire, and this is the latest film starring Denzel Washington, and it's directed by Dan Gilroy, who was famous for doing Nightcrawler, that movie that came out a little while ago with Jake Gyllenhaal. And this movie follows Denzel as Roman J. Israel, Esquire, and he is a lawyer who's working for a small law firm in Los Angeles doing mostly civil cases and things like that when his partner dies. So the guy, Roman, was the behind-the-scenes man. His partner was a big activist and kind of the courtroom guy. And his death triggers the little law firm closing and a lot of series of events where he has to go and try to find a new role. And Roman is really a man stuck in time in the late 70s, 80s. You know, he has a flip phone. He doesn't use texting. He doesn't do anything modern. He has old suits. He's kind of stuck in that time frame. And what goes along during this time period is he learns to kind of adapt and maybe even switch up his morals and his beliefs to become someone else. And in the end, without revealing too much, a lot of things transgress in that time. I thought Denzel did a great job. He wasn't, as I say sometimes, some actors are just playing themselves in movies, Samuel L. Jackson, things like that. But Denzel wasn't Denzel in this movie. He really got into the role of this guy who's kind of out of the loop with modern times. He's a humble guy. He even gets someone attempts to mug him at some point, and you just kind of feel the weakness of the character. So Denzel did a great job on that. But the movie was not too great, and I guess I'm trying to find a good word for it, but it just didn't really do much. There was a lot of slow parts. It didn't really progress the storyline. A lot of things kind of were unnecessary, and there wasn't really a lot of, you expect law movies or lawyer or even courtroom movies to be a little more exciting, and this one fell short. So I would say, unless you're a big Denzel fan, definitely wait for this on Netflix. So wait to rent it on Redbox. You can hold off on this one. It's not. I didn't think it was worth the price of the admission.
Mm. So when Adam and I had lunch, when I was in D.C., Adam brought up a very, very good point when you said that you believe that this movie was a vehicle for Denzel. As opposed to it being...
Chike, I hate to interrupt you, but I think we have a caller on the line.
Really?
Sir.
Is that Mr. Keith Stark?
Yes, it is, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Congratulations, sir. You just won a VIP experience.
Yo, listen, I'm happier than I don't know what right now, bro. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you, boys, the men.
I was running out of my meeting so fast, man. I was like, man, I got to go. I can't stick around here no longer.
Congratulations.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute, Stephen, because I always wanted to do this. This has always been a dream of mine.
Okay.
What's your favorite radio station?
Man, you know, it's that that Stephen show, that Stephen show, man. I'm loving it. Hey, listen, I listened a few times, man. I was just like, yo, they really got it going on, and the music is legit. Like this This is something I got to listen to on the regular, man. So this is
we
good stuff,
appreciate
man. Y'all
you.
doing
We
good
definitely
work.
appreciate you.
Oh, man. Indeed.
Yeah.
Y'all doing good work, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the show. You enjoyed the show, and
yes, sir.
Have a great time. Great time.
Yep, and I put on some boys to it, some of my boys to it, man. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I appreciate y'all a lot.
Thank you so
much.
You take care, okay?
Keith, we're gonna have you hold the line, okay? Because I need to get some information from you. Hold the line so we can finish out the segment, and then I'll talk to you, okay?
I got you. Thank you.
All right, hold on.
Yep.
So basically what I was saying was when Adam and I had lunch, Adam brought up a good point about the movie being a vehicle for Denzel as opposed to it being a good movie. It's a good Denzel movie, but overall it wasn't a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yeah, and we'll see how it does in the box office. I know it's been doing a lot of small releases and kind of working its way up, but yeah, I think this will keep an eye on the Oscar radar, at least for him, because again, it's such a movie where he goes into the role and you just kind of feel for him, and you don't feel like you're watching Denzel, you feel like you're watching this real guy experiencing everything like he is. So again, definitely a good Denzel piece.
Cool. Well, I actually saw two films. I was in the Christmas spirit, which I rarely get into, but I was in the Christmas spirit, and I went to go see Bad Moms 2, was the first one, and I went to go see Daddy's Home 2, which was the second one. Both Christmas movies of the comedy genre. So Bad Moms 2, straight up hilarious. The movie stars Mila Kunis, Christine Baranski, Kristen Bell, Catherine Hahn, Cheryl Hines, and Susan Sarandon. This is a movie with women behaving badly. They hit it out the park. And to be totally honest, I didn't see the first one. I'm just seeing the second one. I was told not to see the second one without seeing the first one, and I was hard-headed, and I went to go see the second one anyway. And I belly laughed. If I belly laugh, it's all good. Definitely check it out. This is actually one to go see in the theater. They drop the F-bomb, so it's not for the kids. They drop it quite a few times, so don't take the children. It's not a family movie. It's an adult movie. Take the kids to go see something else, and then you and your friends can go see something else. But don't take the kids to go see that. Now, Daddy's Home 2, I wish I could say the same thing because I really, really liked everyone in this movie. Mel Gibson, John Lithgow, Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg. I like all these guys, all this talent. But they didn't live up to the first movie. The first movie made me belly laugh. It really did. This movie was just, I don't even know if I chuckled. I think that.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I really don't. Maybe I smiled a little bit, but I definitely didn't belly laugh. I think that maybe they tried too hard the second time around.
Yeah.
And maybe they tried with Mel Gibson and John Lithgow, more so Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson was just there to me. He wasn't really funny. He was just Mel Gibson in the movie. Not doing much, just there.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And I'm not really too – I've seen a couple movies where Mel Gibson was funny. Just a couple. But that's just not his thing. Mel Gibson's not that dude. He didn't even really play the straight guy. So I don't really know his role of being in this movie. Maybe a producer was doing him a favor to help get him back out there. I don't know. But it didn't work. Will Ferrell is always a surefire hit for me. He normally makes me laugh. Not so much. He was just goofy. Yeah. So
maybe ending.
Yeah, it's a DVD. Hopefully they'll stop after this one. No more Daddy's Coming Home. I don't want to see that anymore. I'm done. No Dad's Coming Home. Let's do something new. Keith, have you seen any movies lately?
Man, the last movie I saw, me and my family went to see was Boo 2. And,
okay, we didn't talk about that because we didn't see any Madea movies. Talk about it a little bit.
So if I could give it a rating, I would probably give it a Boo 2. It wasn't what I expected. But I'll tell you what, I think the Madea era is somewhat over. But if Tyler Perry wants to continue to go with that, I think if he goes with his Joe character, I think he got something there because the Joe character was hilarious, but he overdid it with the other actors that was in the movie.
Okay. Wow, look at you being all movie critic. Wow, that's pretty good, Keith.
Oh man, yeah. I go see about 2 movies a year. So
okay.
It just so happens that you caught me at a good time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Okay.
So
So Adam, do you have anything coming up that you're interested in?
Yeah, so there's a few. Let me just do a quick recap on the weekend, too. So Coco, which was released the weekend before, 2 weeks ago, still sits at number 1, and this is the Pixar movie.
That's the animated movie, right?
Yeah, and it was released in Mexico, had the biggest, it's now, I think, the top-grossing Mexican movie, or movie in Mexico. It did
awesome.
Great here, which Disney wasn't expecting, and even China, it opened as the best Pixar opening ever. So
wow.
This movie's got a lot of legs. I might actually have to end up seeing it. I don't think Disney thought it was going to be that big of a thing in the U.S., which is why they
smelling Oscar.
Yeah, but I think they're realizing they have a hit on their hand, so that'll be good. Justice League is sitting firmly at number 2. We talked about that. But coming up, so there is I, Tonya, and I don't know if you've seen any of the trailers for it, but Margot Robbie plays Tonya Harding, and this is kind of like a little film about her skating career and the whole incident. So that'll be an interesting one if they do a good tongue-in-cheek style of it. Another one is The Post, and this one is another, if you remember Spotlight from a few years ago, this one is another one of those movies with this time it's the Washington Post, and it's about the case where they reveal the Pentagon Papers, and this is kind of a big
Meryl
deal.
Streep and Tom Hanks, right?
Yes, and Steven Spielberg.
I'm here for that. I'm definitely here for that.
Be, kind of the fight between the government and the press, which I think is more relevant in this day and age than ever, and what they had to go through against the Nixon administration. So I think this is going to be another kind of a knockout of the park. And then I think there might be like a Star Wars movie coming out or something in between then and now.
That's on my list too, The Last Jedi. Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah.
And
so,
I also have Jumanji, $6 Billion Man. I know this isn't one of your favorites, but Bad Boys for Life, I'm here for it. A Star is Born, they're redoing that. And I want to see the new Guillermo del Toro movie, The Shape of Water. That looks pretty interesting.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds like a cool one. Ironically, when you mentioned Jumanji, and I looked it up earlier today, I thought that movie came out this summer and just kind of was forgotten in our memories. I didn't realize that movie's not even out yet.
Nope.
So they
you see the trailer so much they make you think they came out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened, I think. I saw the trailer so long ago. I was like, oh, wait, this movie, are they doing a re-release or something? Because, they've been, re-releasing movies like Titanic and things like that here and there. So, that'll be an interesting one. And, The Rock and Kevin Hart, they're both, I think, comedy gold at this moment. So we can't go wrong with them.
So there's one more movie that's coming out that I want to see, and it's very, very spectacular to me because I've been waiting forever for this second installment of this movie. The Incredibles are coming out with their second movie finally.
Oh, yes.
I love The Incredibles, so I'm looking forward to that.
For a while, and I think it'll have a big release.
Yeah, it should.
All right. Well, listen, is that all, everyone?
Yes.
That's all.
Well, as always, I want to thank y'all for letting us know what to spend our money on and what not to. Y'all are some tough critics. If I ever have a movie, y'all not reviewing it. But definitely appreciate y'all. Have a great week, and we'll talk again next Monday, okay?
All right. Thanks.
All right.
All right. Right back after this.
When you love somebody, you gotta treat them kind, yeah. And if you out there and you got that good one, never let her go. Let me tell you why. I took her love for granted. She stole my heart, left me stranded. What I do to get it all back? My love, my love. Last time we kissed, oh, our treasure. 'Cause missing those lips are now forever.
What's up, y'all? We are June's Diary, and you're listening to The Stephen Knight Show.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Aaron Cosby, how's it going?
Stephen Knight, Stevie K.
Yes, sir. I had the pleasure of seeing you last week. That was great.
Yes.
Meet you and Miss Parker.
Yes, yes. We had a great time at the restaurant that you all didn't really care for, but I thought was great.
That food was not good. we won't shout it out on the radio.
I will not mention their name.
It was not good.
They're not cutting the check, so they do not get any promotion, not from us. But yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, I can tell. I saw your plate.
I did clean up my plate. Okay, audience, listeners. Okay, I not literally licked my plate clean, but it was
just about right. It was gone.
Just about. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah. I went in. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great seeing y'all, man. It was
too.
like a family reunion. All we had to do was just have Adam, Chike, Ferguson, and we would have been, family.
Exactly.
That's true. At a restaurant that y'all don't want to go back.
Right. Exactly.
But anyway, all right, sports. All right. So see, what had happened was this. Muhammad Ali Legacy Award, 2017, Sports Illustrated. Guess who got it?
Colin Kaepernick.
Guess who is the recipient? Colin Kaepernick. Correct.
Yeah, he deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
Yes, absolutely. Colin Kaepernick, brother, if I could, if you can hear me clap, man, I'm giving my props. I'm clapping, standing ovation, salutes, all that,
Yeah.
This is major. So yeah, props to him. And I can't wait again until his book comes out. Like Colin's book, I can't wait, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait. Yeah, so this is huge. All right. Now, something that is not huge, well, it kind of is. It's huge. It all depends on who you're rooting for. All right. The Georgia Bulldogs are in the college football playoffs. This is huge. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is huge. So the 4 teams that are in this year's college playoffs are Clemson, Oklahoma, Georgia, and Alabama.
Georgia? That's good.
Georgia. Oh, sing it. Come on. Oh. Do I hear like
Georgia?
Remake or something? Come on. Why not? The tone was there, y'all. Hey, bro, I know that you can sing, but man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. But yeah, Georgia, Alabama. So those are the four teams in. The other two teams that actually had a chance to make it but didn't quite make it were Ohio State and I believe Wisconsin. I think those are, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But anyway, they don't matter because they're not in the playoffs. So it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, doesn't really matter. So the 2 college playoff games will be held at the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And the Rose, which is at the Superdome, and at the Rose Bowl in California. So,
nice.
So, yeah. and then from there, then the winner of those two games, they go on to play in the national championship game.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Who do you think's gonna win?
Okay, I would love for Georgia, since the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead. I would love for the bruh. I'm gonna say it every year. I'm gonna say it. Blew it. 28-3 lead.
Right.
Nah. And so hopefully this could be some kind of redemption for the state of Georgia when it comes to football. Something.
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe, kind of. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do I think Georgia's gonna win? Nah.
Mm.
Which means, listeners, what? That Georgia will probably win.
Right. That's true.
That is true. Whenever Ron predicts that a team is not going to win,
the other one wins.
They're going to win. They are going to win. They are going to win. And see, that's what happened with the Super Bowl. I said that I would like for the Falcons to win, but I said that the Falcons will lose to the Patriots.
Yeah.
No. But I'll say that the Falcons will win. No. I said that the Falcons would beat the Patriots. Remember, I was all in for it, and then they lost.
Yeah, you were all in for it.
I was all into it. Oh yeah. I mean, think about it. They had the MVP, Matt Ryan. They had the best record. I mean, they were just scoring points like it was crazy. Like it was like it was a basketball team. I mean, they were just crazy. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, it didn't happen. Okay, 28-3. But yeah, Georgia. How about this? Let's kind of shift to basketball for a second.
Okay.
How about the Cleveland Cavaliers have like quietly, or maybe because I'm not an NBA fan until after the All-Star break.
Right.
So I haven't really been keeping up with it, but they've quietly been winning. Like they were on last I checked, it was a 10-game winning streak.
Oh wow!
So, right. With all of the injuries that they
all the injuries. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
hey,
we see you, Cleveland.
Shout out.
I said, we see you, Cleveland.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, to me, if that team can end up being the number one team in the East with all of the drama and injuries and stuff that has gone on this season, and if Ron is still playing at that superstar level, which he is,
right?
I think that he should win MVP again this year. Absolutely. I said it. I think that the man is beyond talented, gifted. Yeah, he is a great Hall of Fame. To me, he's easily, in my opinion, one of the top three. Yes, I said top three NBA players of all time. And I didn't say which one that he falls in with that top three, but top three, not even top five, top three.
Right, yeah. No, I agree.
And Jordan is in there too. Jordan, to me, Jordan's number one. Yes. Jordan's number one. So Bron can be number 3, number 2, and you can put anybody else in there you want to. Wilt Chamberlain or, who else? Magic, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul, Jabbar, Kobe, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Jordan, Bron, somewhere between there, and then put in somebody else. Bam. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Cleveland, yay. And I can't wait till like college basketball really starts like heating up. Like that's my thing right now. I love college basketball. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And usually college basketball doesn't really start to heat up until after the college football season is over. So which will be soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much it, man, with sports.
All right.
And nothing else going on. Again. Oh, no. I got to talk about the Falcons really quickly. The Falcons lost. Could not score a touchdown.
Can't give away. I mean, who did they play? Who did they play?
Minnesota. Now,
Minnesota. Okay.
The Vikings are good. No. the Minnesota Vikings are good. They are good. They are a darn good football team.
So
but
they
I'm sorry.
They were going to play.
They came out swinging, fighting. They weren't playing. But I have to give the Falcons their props on one thing. Their defense was actually good. They held the Vikings to only 14 points.
14, yeah, I'm saying it's 9-14, yep.
9-14. So to me, it was the offense's fault. The Falcons could not score a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's absurd to me. If
It was like all they had was field goals. They had 3 field goals. Three field goals. If they would have scored 1 touchdown, they would have won the game. They would have won that game. Yeah.
One touchdown.
Yeah.
So, last week people were saying, that the Falcons are back. They are playing just like they were playing last season, in which they went on to the Super Bowl. Yada yada yada. I was like, all right, okay, if you say so. I'm not feeling it. I'm not. It's something. I don't know. Something. They're up and down. So
yeah.
And as of right now, if the playoffs started today, they would be out of the playoffs because Seattle won. The Falcons hold the tiebreaker, but if there's not a tie, then
don't matter. Right.
It's meaningless. Yeah. So the Falcons need to start winning. They actually need to win this Thursday against the Saints in the Georgia and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I know it's gonna take me a minute.
Right.
Rest in peace, Georgia. Man. But yeah, if the Falcons do not beat the Saints this Thursday, it's a wrap. Their season's done. It's over. This is a win or lose, make or break season game, and the Saints want to go ahead and just put the Falcons to bed in this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we'll see. It'll be a great game. This will probably be, to me, the first Thursday night game of the season that is actually a really good Thursday night game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hype and everything. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I will talk about that game next week, and hopefully the Falcons will win, which means that they'll lose. And
all right, Ron, listen, thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you again next Monday.
All right, brother.
All right, right back after this.
We in this biatch, like all over our sweethearts. Self-discovery, lesson learned, we on our Alfred Hitchcock. East Coast hard, West Coast hard. Rest in peace to Pop, poetic hip-hop. Round and round we go. Life cycle, tick-tock, it's me. Somewhat an anomaly, first degree of hip-hop hypocrisy. Never fit in what you motherfucking label me. As I sit back and watch, never interject. Money in the bank with the ill concept. Vision is clear, never gets complex. Chillin' on the scene like Peace Hotel. For the 1800 and vanilla Coke. Sit back and chill, maybe even smoke. Summertime lounging, good to go. Chillin' at the beach, that's how we roll. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy. Make it super fly. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy. Make it fly high. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy. Make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it. Just like sexy, baby. We be the scene stillers, way back Castillers. Hollywood Hill, real dealers, no filters. Lounging in the cut with the cold chillers. Twisted on the sun, propaganda for fun. Run, forest, run, dream builders. Fly establishment, clean with fresh kicks. Good eating, sunbathing where the money went. Harlem bars, Harley stars, 2 twisted Uber cars. Stripper poles, diamond gold, church basket, tithe and hold. Private gyms, Asante ribs, exclusive diamond fold. Friends, purple label, more stable. Life coach, now you're able. Cabotins, spas, tins, freaky hints. But yo, where the money, where the make it sexy, baby.
What's going on? It's Melvin Jackson Jr. and you listen to the Steven Knight Show. Stay tuned.
Well, that's our show. I want to thank Melvin Jackson Jr. For joining us, as well as Scarlett Nuvvo. Again, her album is called Wish You Was Here. I hope you have a great, great week. And remember, go to our website, StevenKnightShow.com, and find out how you can help with our Christmas Kindness Surprise giveaway. Have a great week, and see you next Monday. Peace and good night.